walk as the board gets owned. Welcome to Dad's Drafts, your new homegrown.
Hello good people and welcome to Dad's Draft. It's going to be the first event that we do with the new set, sealed Through the Omenpaths. Now, of course, I know the Spider-Man set and pretty much all the cards that come with that, but here we are going to do a sealed one with this new set. And it's the same cards, but with different names and different art. And also some abilities have been changed. For instance, the web sling has been called, and web, well, I think you got most of it. Let's see how this goes. Also, I'm going to do a sealed event in 2 days, so it's going to be a decent amount of training. Okay, I don't think that the blue card is at all playable. Also, this one is not that great. I do think Louis is very good. Okay, this is quite situational. This one is very good, I think. What do you do? Enchant creature. Oh yeah, the damage is dealt to. Okay. When a spider you control enters, draw a card. This trigger only. Oh, okay, well, very strong. Okay, so I like some green. I do like some black. But then we might not be able to do the other side of this one. And this one is also very great. So when it comes to the rares, I think our black is very, very strong together with the green. So let's just first check out what we have in black and green. And go from there. Okay, what do you do? Enchant creature. Enchant creature get +1/+1 has menace. It's a symbiote. You may cast a card from a graveyard by discarding a card in addition to paying its other costs. Interesting. So 2/2 villain, which makes a treasure, which is good. 2/1 lifelink. So that's decent, not great, but it's a 2-drop when it enters, draw a card for 2 mana. Okay, sacrifice a mill 4 cards. You can put a creature card from. Okay, well we do have some removal spells here. This is the one with Flash and Mayhem. So if you discard this, you can just play it for 1, which is very great. 2 stings. Oh my goodness. Okay, so black is great with removal. I will play both of these, especially if you can flicker this somehow and return it to the battlefield and then play it again. It will be great. What do you do? A 4/5 Death Touch for 5. Exile this card from your graveyard. Put 2/+1 from an entire creature against. Okay. So this is very good if you have some kind of self-mill, which of course we could have with the artifact. Now I will most definitely play this one, simply because if it enters, it's 2 mana. You put a counter on each up to 2 target creatures. Well, it's just a lot of power. I don't know if we can get the fixing, but you know, it will be good, I think. There's the one which cares about the playing of a mana value 4 or greater cards. Pump spell. I don't think these cats are actually that bad, by the way. Most of them you can just swing with this on turn 3 and your opponent will not block. There's an artifact which can help us fix. Now that might be interesting for us. Especially if we want to be flickering the dude. I mean, changing it. What do you do? When it enters, look at the top 5 cards. You may reveal 2 creature cards and put them into your hand. Wow. Put the rest at the bottom. Sacrifice artifact, create a treasure token. I think that's playable. Okay. Mana fixing. I'd like it so far. When this creature enters, create a treasure token. This creature can be blocked by... it's the fighter dude. Yeah. And web for 3. When it enters, search your library for a basic land. Put it on the battlefield tapped. Yeah, I like it. This is not the correct color, unfortunately. What else do we have? A villain. Yeah, I don't think this is great. Simply because it is an 0/3. It doesn't bring anything to the board, so you need to be very big into the discarding thing or the counters, wanting to have counter creatures to be playing this. I don't think I want to play it. We have 2 knife tricks. So 3 mana to deal 3 damage. Or if we have a way to discard this. Now, do we have ways to discard something? I don't think we do. Careless, destroy spell. Yeah, I don't think we have any ways to discard. So it will both definitely just be a 3 mana 3/3. When it attacks, discard a card and draw a card for each card you've discarded this turn. So that can help us go through the deck. I think we should have some spiders, because I assume there's... Yeah, we have one other spider. So it's a 2/2 with potential upside. And if you cast creature weapon, you're going to target creature you control against flying. Wow, that's pretty good. Is this at least in some of the correct colors? I think it's red. So red and white. So I would also play this one. Oh, we have 2 of them. Yeah, we're kind of... I think this is looking okay. We're a bit light on creatures, unfortunately. But since we're splashing red, I'm going to quickly check out which mostly uncommons I'm missing out on. Because I think that will be important. So a white one, when it enters, put on a target creature. Oh yeah, and then whenever this attacks, a modified creature gets lifelink. Oh yeah, okay, well, we have 2 of these, so it's villains, which is interesting. Interesting red cards. Yeah, there's just so much that you can do with this. When it deals damage to a spider, destroy that creature. Exile this card from a graveyard, create 2. Okay, that's not too bad. At the beginning of combat, target non-equipment artifact, you become an artifact creature with power, toughness 3 and 3. Don't think we have enough artifacts for that. And that's when it comes to the uncommons. There are some decent blue cards here as well. I do like Outsmart the Amateur and Vex Bots. But I think that our black cards especially, but also the green cards, are very good. I am going to check, however, what it looks like if we were only to go blue-black. And reset this filter. See what we're missing out on. Don't really care about this one. So you make something a 1/1, 1/3 flying vigilance, mill a card. Target player draws a card, then up to, yeah, that's pretty good. Vexed Bots, if you have a lot of villains. That's a villain. That's not a villain. Aerialists, what do you do? As long as there are 8 or more cards in your graveyard, Ozar has base toughness 8/8. So blue-black is also a possibility, but I don't think we need to go there. I guess we're just going to go 3 colors with only a bit of red on the splash. Now we do need to do some more things into my deck, and I don't want to put any more cards in it that I don't have to. So let's see what we have in black-green that we're missing out on. We could play the cats. Yeah, not a lot of spiders here. So we're already splashing white, so let's just check out what white has. So it's a city pigeon. Don't think this is good unless you play a lot of creatures. You go very wide. Shroud is good. Don't think this is very strong. Don't want to play blue. Yeah, white is also just a bit underwhelming, to be honest. Tactics, okay, so only the Shroud pretty much. Of course, this is decent if you have some ways to get tapped creatures, but we are not sure about that. So I think I'm just going to prefer to put some mediocre artifacts or filler cards into my deck. And I prefer them to be creatures. So I'm going to put in that one. We do have some self-mill, so maybe the Biosis. That is a good card for us. Flying, once creature enters. Okay, well, it's not terrible. And this has to be a non-equipment artifact. Okay, well that could be something that we can try out. Now I would like to play these web keepers as well, but then we have to cut something. Let me just check again, arrow 9. Combat on your turn, target non-equipment artifact you control. So it could also be this one and then have some 3/3 flyers, which can be strong. Or this one. +2/+2, equip 3. I don't really like the equip thing. So I want to cut something that is not a creature. We have some ramp. We didn't put in this bump spell yet, right? No. Okay, well, we don't have a very high curve, so we might as well just go into other colors. And we only need white for 5 mana. We have 7 black. Yeah, I can cut 1 green, I think. Yep. Now let's see how it goes. I mean, it is going to be interesting. I have no idea how good it is. I think we're mostly dependent on our bombs. So if we draw the black rares, I think we can get there. And by the way, the thing that they did with the cards where they didn't get the license, well, it is so stupid of them. Okay, I think I have to mulligan this. We have a lot of 2-drops, but none in our hand. Okay, well, it's still not great. Guess I'll go for the keepers. But at least we have removal spell now, but this is not ideal, of course. It has to be a green source. Simply because then hopefully we can play the Archaeologist. It's a good card. If you play something, I will definitely kill it, because if we draw a land, we have a lot of things that we want to do. Let's just hope he plays something that we can actually kill. Okay, that's not something. Wow, that is a lot of toughness for that little mana. Okay, well, this is going to be problematic. So this, we need a villain. I don't think we have one, but I prefer not to play it. I think we have to actually, so that we can kill this dude. I have to kill it. I know he also has some graveyard value, but just getting more damage is not the best thing for us. Oh my goodness. It's an interesting card, and it's absolutely killing us here. I mean, the 4 toughness is just devastating. But we can play a chumper. It doesn't have trample. So he gets to connive. We cannot even play Louis. Guess we'll go Archaeologist and then just take some more damage, I guess. Because we're going to need the mana. Yep. Yeah, we are a bit unlucky here with the draws, to be honest. If he has a kill spell, I think we're pretty much just dead here. Next turn we have 4 mana. Next on this card. Well, I was not going to. Yeah, we need some stuff here. Okay, the question is that enough? This will cost 2 less. No, we cannot do that. So we can destroy that. 1, 2, 3. We can play 2/2 I think that's the... So we get X life, unfortunately. No, we get X life. So that's 0. Now we kill the... We gain some life, we block him. Maybe we can get back from this. But we were just stuck on lands for a bit too long here. And him looking at the top 3 cards with 3 treasures up is probably just going to be rather painful. Okay. Exile this card from the graveyard. Okay, well, we are drawing land, so that's good. This is in web for 3. So and I think we have all the colors that we want, so I'll just go for a forest. Now at least we're building out our I hope we can turn the corner here. We're building out our board. We don't want this to die because then we'll have 1/1s. What do you do? Okay, very good. We're going to need some kind of reach here. And with the 3, he has reach. I'll just attack here. If he wants to block, that's fine. And otherwise I would have played the acrobats, but now I'll just go archaeologist into another one of these. Okay, now I can go for the N-web, I think. Yeah, I'm just going to take this easy. And this says, whenever you cast a creature spell, put it on target creature you control against flying until end of turn. So let's just play the mana dude, and we'll start attacking in the air. I'll keep back the valet. Okay, he has his own. And now we'll just keep playing creature cards here. We can keep attacking with a flying dude. Okay, take 6. Only once each turn. I think I want to keep the creature. Keep up the black in case he lets me discard something. Two, 3 vigilance, put a counter on each artifact, creature and or vehicle you control. Okay. Remove 2 counters. Okay, so I know it seems familiar to me. He doesn't have any flyers, so I think we can just kill him here. And that's also why I kept my cat up from last turn. Good game. Didn't expect us to get there actually, to be honest. But eventually we drew some lands and oh, it's actually traditional. Okay, so we get to play against him again. Interesting. Of course, that's sealed, I must say. I kind of forgot. Alright, off to the next game. yeah, we've got all the colors. I would like to draw a 2-drop, of course, but might as well play that first. We cannot look up the red source, but I'll just go for another black. I think this is very good. Oh, it's on top. Okay, well that's not as good as I thought. That is a 2-drop. Yeah, I don't think we need the fixing circle for a basic land. Yeah, let's just play a 3-1. At least next turn we can attack for 3 if he attacks. That art is just somehow, and it makes sense. I think with the online version they really didn't spend much time on the art. Tapped creature. Yeah, so let's just do this. We can take some damage. You draw your first card or second card each turn. Put an engineering counter. You may cast artifact spell from your hand with mana values. Okay, so far it's been of no use, it seems. Knives. Okay, 3-2. Nothing from the opponents. So I think I want to be enwebbing this. The question is, how much more can we do? If we play the valets, we don't have enough. Do I want to return the chariot? I probably do. But can we attack with the 3-1? Might as well just play it for its hard cast. Because it will ramp, I'm going to play this now. Must admit, kind of surprised that he didn't attack with the surveyor. Okay, so now we actually did get some kind of value from the hacker. Yep. Well, he does have enough artifacts to make this happen, actually. Yeah, he's going to go very fast here. We're going to need some kind of removal spell, but he can still do it in response because it's not at sorcery speed. Okay, so we have to kill that, so we cannot double spell. Yep, makes sense. Hope he doesn't have some kind of counter spell or whatever. Okay, seems like he's going to draw a card. Well, his deck is doing the thing, so it is interesting. And now we can pretty much just put cheap, or it is free artifacts onto the battlefield. But we're still at 20. We have the Archaeologist still, with which we can maybe put some counters on our flyer to be able to block that. And otherwise we can start attacking. Oh, he has his own. I hope he doesn't hit ours. This is very painful. This is one of those cards. If you get to play it, it's just such crazy value. We don't know what he hit, but it will most definitely be painful. It's unfortunate that he has the token. Otherwise I would have attacked with the chariot already. I think we do have to attack at some point. Yeah, and now we're going to see what cards he drew, because, you know, he's he might have found our bombs, like the Louis. Oh, he's going to do it again. We have our own, but probably not anymore, because he probably took it. We have no board wipe. And he's getting such card advantages. It's absolutely crazy. Guess we have to do some attacking here. Well, that does help. It is power, and now we can start attacking with the fighter, because he cannot be blocked by more than one creature. I should have crewed the chariot in response. Don't think it really matters which one to kill. Oh, maybe it did. I should have killed the Fazine, because he probably has my own wrench Speedway Saboteur in his hand. In other ways, he couldn't have really have played it. But man, I would like to draw some creature within a web now to return the web keepers. Oh my goodness, what is this art? Okay, that is interesting. So we can make this a 5/5. I mean, I assume he has something, but I'd rather have him use the mana now than when I try to kill something. Okay. That's fine. Now the question is, what do I kill? Okay, yeah, that is painful. Man, we have, oh, he drew mine. Okay. So it doesn't really help to kill this as well. So I guess we'll just get rid of the flyer. And then hopefully later we can get rid of the surveyor. This art. I mean, 2 cards to steal 4 cards. So it's not actually draw 4, like it could be a lance. No, just all of this is action. I have no spiders. Well, I do, right? Put a persona on target spider. Okay, it was in the wrong phase. Yeah, I don't think we can get back from this. I think there's also no chance to stay alive long enough to be able to make him use all of his library. Come on, what else did you steal? Ooh. Let's see if we can do the same thing to him. Top 9, right? So we have 4 mana. That one's actually pretty nasty. When this vehicle attack, you may play blue. Okay. So I guess we're going to do the mist. If the spell main cost was paid, creatures your opponent control. Yeah, so let's see, we could discard, oh no, we cannot discard it. So we can give everything -2/-2 at sorcery speed. That's not very good at the moment. But if we block his Rosic with the 2/2s, then we can do it next turn. Unfortunately, it's just lands. Okay, so the problem is that he's also probably going to make something so big that the mist is not going to kill it anymore. If he equips the helm, for instance, before attackers on anything, we can probably not block it enough anymore. So then this is still going to be a problem. As long as you're playing aggressively, this is not a very bad card, actually. Because it's before you draw a card, so... So I'm going to assume that he has something. So we want that dead. But these are our best blocks, and this way we live and we can wipe his board. But I assume that he has something to at least kill one of our creatures or maybe finish us. Oh yeah. Yep. That was our rare that he stole. But we were still pretty close, to be honest. Do we have anything? I don't think we do. No. We won first time, so I assume that we can win again. I would like to be on the play, actually. We're on the draw. I mean, we're on the play. No way to... We need to draw lands, but this is a good combination. I'll just keep it. Okay, so very happy with this. I'll keep up the hunter to if maybe at some point we get to discard something, it will be good to do. Let's play the node. What do you do? We're gonna your first main phase. You may discard card when you do it. Target creature you can block this turn. When it comes to that player, okay. That doesn't seem too terrible, actually. We can keep up the sting. Let's just start jamming with a 3/3. Oh, we could have done the that one. Then we would have dealt 4 damage, so that would have been better. All the common crooks in the world. Alright. He has reach now. I think we just play the... Oh, it doesn't get flying, of course. I think it's still worth it because we have the Scorpion Sting. I know he gets treasure, but this way he loses 2 creatures and we still have our gravestone. And we can play the cats. But somehow I thought it got flying, which of course it didn't. I should be paying more attention, to be honest. Making rookie mistakes here. Not sure how good this is. Enters exile to one cards. Attack creature control knives. Okay. There we have him again. We'll just keep attacking with the 3/3 flyer. I think that's best. And I'll sacrifice the Evolving Wilds, which it is, for a swamp, so that we can go for Louis. Now we can flash in the hunter or sacrifice the gravestone. And if he attacks with the Rosic, I think I'll just block with a chariot and a token. I mean, the chariot did its thing, so this is fine for me. I don't want to pump the cats, I want to play this flashy boy. Now we can just attack with a favorite fighter. And I will also attack with the Midnight Hunter, because if he actually does block the 2-1, his reach creature will be gone. Man, favorite fighter. I also mentioned it, I think it will be one of the best green commons, or maybe the best green common. Not being able to be blocked by more than one creature is absolutely crazy. So now we just win, I think. 5, yeah. Good game. All right. First match is a win. Let's see how we can continue. I'm also curious, by the way, what your opinion about the double pick draft is, because I've seen some people draft it and I don't think I am going to, simply because it really feels incredibly basic, because once I think you've had 2 passes to you, I think you already know which colors are open, which is very easy drafting, but not as much fun, I think. Yeah. All we need is 1 land, and I think we're good. We have Cren, if we want, but I prefer to play something else. Now I'll just go Chariot, find a green source, then probably Valid. What else do you do when you cast spell with mana value 4 or greater? Does 1 damage to each opponent. It is a bit slow, so I hope he's not going too aggressive. This also taps for black, so we have black, black, green. Guess we'll need white. We pretty much just need to make sure that we stay alive here. Acrobats are amazing. So we can block with the Chariot, which I think I will. But we will be taking some damage still, unfortunately. Probably blocking the 2-2, unless he attacks with the 2-3, but I don't think he will. Keeping my creatures alive and then play Cren, which of course will be great value. Okay. I must say I really hope that he makes me discard something. Wow. Yep, well, he has no spiders, so it makes sense. A 4-3. Okay. We only have one green. Maybe I should have taken green. I think it's still best to play these two. First strike, haste. This way I can have a decent enough blocker. And of course it's a great target to return next turn by crewing up the chariots, then and webbing it. So Cren has to live. I don't really care about other stuff dying. And also the chariot has to live, otherwise Cren cannot become tapped. And at some point we have to play Louis simply for the life gain. I think I'm going to chump the 4-3 with the 1-1 and just block Nunu. What is it? Nu and Sumi? But I'm pretty sure that he has a removal spell. We have a lot of them too. I would love to draw some of these things that we have. Guess we're taking 2. But this would be a strange trade if he just... okay. Reach, trample, ward. Oh, that's going to be a problem. We can also not play a Louis, which is big enough. I think we're going to need one more turn here to live. I think we're already pretty much dead here, no matter what we do. Yeah, it was just a bit too slow and he was too hasty. I don't think we have one more turn. If we do, we can still get there, but I don't think. I think he will just attack with everything. Why would you not just attack with everything? I mean, he must have something. Probably an expensive spell, and of course he has the trample. So we'll just do the most fortunate blocks and hope that we get to play Louis. Man. He had lethal. Let's see, we have 2, 4, 6, 7, so we can play him for 5. Okay. Is 5 enough? Only a sorcery. So that would be 6 mana. And then we're also just dead. Whenever you cast a spell, put 2 active on this creature. So that becomes a 4/4. I think we need the life gain here. No attacks. Whatever lives is great because of the web keepers. And we could return Cren again somehow if we get to attack with him. Only a sorcery, so I guess like this. Maybe it's risky, but yeah, that does hurt. But we still live and his big dude dies. So this is actually not looking too bad. That is annoying. Okay. I think the best thing to do is just play the lifelinker. Put counters on everything. Next turn probably return a tapped creature. Now the question is, will he double block? I don't think he will. I think he will, so I'm just going to keep this back. Attack for 3. Next turn, I guess, bounce the Opulent Valet. There we have him again. Wow. He does have on-color stuff. Oh, that is juicy. I must play it. Let's see what you have. We have 2 more mana. Maybe he has some cheap 2 mana removal spells. Workforce. Okay, interesting. Some cats. When it ends, return target villain card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. What do you do? Menace, Trample, Haste seems good. And I think we have enough ways to stay alive for a while. We don't have a 1 mana creature, unfortunately. When it attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do draw X cards, then you may put a permanent card with mana value X or less from your hand onto the battlefield, where X is a sacrifice creature mana value. Okay, well this is interesting. Returning the this one would be great with an unweb ability. Okay. Right, so we will gain some life. He loses a creature. Our board is looking fine and dandy. We can just hardcast this. I think I'll sacrifice the the web keepers. No, I'm going to sacrifice the wrench. That was only lands. Yes, I would like to return this one. Definitely killing the 3/3 Death Toucher. We have no 2-drop. Well, we have the gravestone, but I think we have enough to do here. So let's just play the tapped land. I think we have lethal. Okay. We would get a flying counter and stuff. I don't think we have anything that we want to sideboard in. Alright. Off to the next. Yeah, all we need is some lands, and we have our golden combination. I think this is not a good card, but you'll see that it will kick our ass now. It's good because, of course, it is pretty much unremovable because you can sacrifice it. And it does filter your hand, of course. Would like a green source here. Or any land. There we go. Next turn Chariot, I think. Could also go Valiant. Have a tapped creature, then just play the Explorer next turn, which might be the best. Okay. Let's just play the biggest blocker, which also gives us 1 more mana next turn. You never know what we get to draw. And this one we can just tap for mana and then of course play the Explorer. He has the +3/+1 tricks, which is good to know. Okay, so that's something that we will do with the Scorpion Sting. We can kill that, but then we don't have enough mana. This is tapped. This is into your hand. Might be better here. Let's go for white. And now we just get to kill that. We'll be getting some damage, of course. But we can do some more stuff next turn. We've got a kill spell, life gain. Guess we'll go Explorer next turn. We'll have 5 mana. That is something we want to kill badly. Okay, so we have 6 mana. This one can just block the fighter, which might be the best thing to do. We don't have any white color to use, so I'll just unweb this. I'll go for another green. And do we go Valid or keep up the Hunter? Probably the Hunter, because we can also flash it in and then crew the Chariot, which seems good enough. But if he... I will block, of course, the fighter. And if he uses a trick, we will kill it next turn. Yeah, this is fine. And he might have a trick. Both of them got value, so both of them pretty good cards. Or 2, yeah, that is a problem, but I think we can still kill it. So now we flash in the Hunter, because it's a villain. And this will cost 5 total. I'm not going to attack. We have the upper hand with cards and things and stuff. And if he attacks with the nil, I will block with the Chariot. He will lose his advantage on the discount. And we have quite the mana. Now you can see the kitten did pretty much nothing. So Note will be good. And we'll just play Cren on the Note and the Error 9. I cannot put a counter on this one. I could, of course, after combat. But then it will no longer be a creature and the counter will fall off. Okay. All good. 3 in the air. I like it. Now we have removal spell. Some way to get more cards and stuff. Or at least definite creatures, because you will probably mill a creature with 4 cards. Would like to hit our 2/3. Okay, so I think... Oh, we don't have red. So let's just make sure that we have red next turn by playing this one. The Valets will attack for 1 because he has nothing. And next turn we'll see, put a counter on Sparrow against Hexproof, becomes colorless at the end of turn. When you attack, double the number of each kind of counter on each party you control. Only a sorcery. Yeah, I think it's best to still do that. It has first strike, so if he wants to block it, his still dies. And I'm just going to keep up this because I want to have the hexproof and the removal spell up. There's no point in being aggressive when we're like this, board state. And at the end of the turn we can either put the counter or sacrifice this or use the Scorpion Sting. Okay, well, we cannot Scorpion Sting this. So I'll just put a counter on this and then we can attack with it again. It will double the counters. So it will be a 6. And he can pump twice if he wants, but still it has first strike. So there's no real need for him to double block. The opponent goes down to 4, it seems. We'll just play the kiddies and probably use the gravestone after this. I don't know if he has a board wipe. If he does, it would be a great top deck here. Okay. So I think this is just a good game. We can use the sting to kill his 2/2. Well, no, he can sacrifice the... no, I'm just going to do this. And then put some counter on the 6/5. He has no life gain. Ooh. Well, that's just a good game. We can dome him for 4. We can just put some more counters on this as well, so why not? What happened to the art? That's creepy. X is 6, I guess. Could even do 7. Yeah. Man. Louis is crazy. Good game. Alright. Still in the race. Now this game was easier than the last game, to be honest. I thought it was always up to 3. Maybe not with sealed. But apparently it's up to 4. But I think here when you lose it's not over. I don't play sealed that much on Arena, clearly. I'm an absolute noob when it comes to playing sealed on Arena. I play a lot of sealed in real life, but... wow, it's the first time we see this. Yeah, I'll keep this. No 2-drops, but we'll just go Archaeologist. Because we can definitely get it tapped. When you cast a spell with mana value of 4 or greater, untap this creature. Pretty strong. Don't kill it. Dude! Okay, well, we have another one. So I guess that's what we do. And if we draw a land, we can just replay it after we unwebbed it. Man, he is being aggressive. I guess I think we mostly just need a tapped creature, and I think he will keep attacking, considering how aggressively he's playing. So this will get us our white source. Maybe I should put in some basic mountains, or maybe 1 basic mountain, simply to be able to find red. But so far it's not been a problem. Yeah, man, go for it. Use a fight spell, whatever. I mean, they're just 1-drops. I mean, 1 power creatures. No attacks. Interesting. Okay, so of course he has a reach. But I can attack with both if I badly want to unweb, and I think I do. Simply because I'm going to need the white for this. Wow, he takes it. Yeah, we cannot do both. So it doesn't really matter how we play this. And web is a thing that's very painful to counter, to be honest. If it gets countered. Because you paid an additional cost. Except when you play City Pigeon, of course. So next turn we can go Acrobats, return the Explorer, play it again. Ooh, what do? Other villains get +2/+2. You have your maximum hand size is 8 at the beginning of your end step. If you have fewer than 8 cards in hand. Wow. Okay, so that's something we definitely have to kill here. At the beginning of your end step. So he's just going to draw 4 cards here. Okay, guess not yet. Man, these Weavers, they're good cards. So I'm definitely keeping up the kill spell here. Cannot really double spell. I'm pretty sure he's going to block the 1/1. Yeah, I think this is the best thing to do. It blocks both of his cards. Next turn, he'll just play his thing, draw a lot of cards. We kill it. You know, I guess we go from there. For 8. If he has a way to keep this alive, I think we're pretty much just dead. He draws 6 cards. Oh, there's even more. Yeah, I'm not sure how we can get back from 6. Especially if he does stuff like that. Okay, well. I think we're going to need a blocker 1, 2, 3. And then we use the caress. Yeah, so X is 1. Yeah, it's not great, but it is a villain, and I think it must be done. Because this way we can block his Explorer. Or his Weaver. This is a slow format, by the way, clearly. I do like his lands. He has nice lands. Man, I guess we take 6. Yeah, this is, well, I've said it before, this is going to be very hard. And then we got back from it, but this is quite something. Maybe if we play the Carvings and we hit the 5-drop that lets us draw from his library. Another kill spell, I guess, for a 1/1. Nope. Yep. It has to be the Carvings. Hopefully hit her. That's unfortunate. Guess we'll be jumping for a while. Please don't let it be a big boy. We don't have the power. So he has 2 Weavers. Man. It is a spider party. Three mana for a 5/4. Okay, treasure token. I think we'll be chomping a lot here. Probably narrowly survive and play the thing, but then again he has 10 mana, so he can I think he's going to go for Leyline Weaver. So he gets to draw 4. Yeah. Yeah, he's got good stuff. Yeah, well, never mind. We cannot get back from this, it's easy as that. So we have no board wipe thing at all. Don't think this will be good. Yeah, I think we'll just continue like this. I feel like I've played against this person before. The name is familiar, or at least looks familiar. So we have green. Yeah. Green white. Don't want to play Cren on turn 2. So we'll go for the Goro Rel. Next turn, Archaeologist. And now we can, whenever we attack, make it a 3/3. Okay, that was interesting. I didn't need the mana that badly. Yeah. Don't care about the sting. Next turn we can sting plus Cren. Which will make these even better attackers. Stupid Weaver. Okay. No red source just yet. Let's just keep jamming. Mostly because we have another heart removal spell. So if you play something big, we can kill it and we can at least keep attacking with the Cren. Then again, if this dies, it's not the end of the world. Does he have another one? Rhino's Rampage. Yeah, I should definitely put in a mountain. And it turns out that him killing my mana dude was actually a good call, because otherwise I could have already just hardcast him. Okay. Ooh. I think I like that more actually. I don't really need to kill a 4/3. So he has some web weavers. He has kill spells when a creature an opponent controls with greater. That is interesting. Carnage or just some hard removal. I don't really care about the web weaver. Yeah, let's just go for another removal spell. Another land would be great. Whenever a creature an opponent controls with greatest powers among creatures that player controls. So it doesn't have to be the strongest card on the board. So a land would be great. Unfortunately, it's not a land. Thanks, man. Just trying to empty his board a bit. And he's going to do some life gain and stuff, but at least we get to... Oh my goodness, not again. Draw 8 cards. This thing, if you get to cast it, I think you just win. We have no instant speed response. He goes to 15. And a lot of cards. At least we drew another action here, so... Now we could actually do the acrobats, which I think I will, on the Speedway dude. It's a 4/4. Man, he has so much action. Well, maybe this can be lethal, so I think he has to kill this. In other ways, we can still, for 3 mana, draw a card, kill his biggest creature. So we might get there, but I'm not sure. Seems chances are like, what is it, 50% or maybe even more that he found an answer for these mobs, especially the... Wow. Okay, yeah, so he has a lot of answers. I think we have to kill the enforcers here, which feels terrible because he can do it twice. Yeah. Feels very bad. Am I going to block with this? Probably am. Pretty sure we go down to 3 here. What a card, even without villains. The odds of you playing it when your hand is empty are very, very huge. Yeah. So unless you have instant speed removal, which we don't, we have no murders. We only have instant speed -3, -3. What does he have if he doesn't want to copy this next turn? I'm so scared. I think he's just scared for me hitting it with the wrench, which makes sense, of course. 4/6 flyer when it attacks. That is not a flyer. Let's see what we hit. Webby dude, Reachy dude, Gravestone. We don't have any way to tap our Cren, otherwise we could have gotten him back. I could have flipped him, of course, by the way. That would have been good. So I think we're going to need the Weaver to at least jump for one turn. Yeah, so maybe this was the best thing to do, but it doesn't have reach. So I think this Rishai, whatever his name is still going to get us here. We can chomp once. Oh, he found him again. We do have one more removal spell, but all villains. My goodness. Yeah, we have to kill this, but I don't see us going anywhere with this. We need a crazy top deck. He killed our reach creature already. So yeah, he's got the goodies. It's good stuff. It's a good card. Especially if your opponent only has 2 toughness creatures. Doesn't matter. Good game. What can I say? Opponent had strong deck. Played well. And I'm quickly just going to put in a mountain. Because it feels like my fixing is not that great. So we can have one more loss. Okay. Game number 3. Yeah, I'll keep this. It's not great, but we will draw a land, especially a green source, at some point. And let's be honest, until that we have the gravestone, the enforcers, things like that. Don't care about the workforce that much. If he attacks, I'll just block it. It's a 2/2. We gain 1 life. We both lose a 2-drop. Right, now we'll just play the Archaeologist. Wow, I must say, didn't expect him to take it. Whenever we discard cards, it's +1/+0. It's one of the, it really looks like one of those cycle cards. Okay, so I think I have to keep with the Sting here. So let's play the Gravestone, simply to hopefully draw land. We still have enough mana for the Sting though. Okay, that's great. I want to keep up as many creatures as possible for the web keepers. So I think I'll not play these next turn. I think I'll play the Valet first and then the Web Keepers. Maybe this is too risky. I think I should have played something and not do this, because it's very, very dangerous. Okay, so we're going to need a removal spell for that. That works. And now I'll just attack for 2 again. Now he might actually just block it. Wow. Okay. I'm not sure if he's in a position to raise, actually. He has another one. Mana's not great. I think we have to take 4 once. Yep. We'll be taking some damage here. Probably going to sacrifice the gravestone. To maybe hit something of use. Okay, wow. Well, at least now we know that how we can block and things, so that's not too bad. But I think we're mostly just jumping 4. And we'll be gaining some life on the backswing, so this is fine. Especially with the Web Keepers, we'll be gaining 3. No, my lands. Okay, definitely going to get the Saboteur. Definitely want to put a counter on the Enforcers, but we can also do that with Cren and play a Valets. That's probably the best thing to do. But this Workforce is going to get out of hand. This is only as a sorcery, so we could now play the Web Keepers. Okay, he has the Death Touch, which is annoying. I think we play defensively here. I'm fine trading the Fighter for the Web Keeper and the Criminals for the Valets. We've got to kill this, because then with the node this can become a 5/5 flyer. Okay. Well, this doesn't seem like a good thing for him, right? yeah, let's just attack with a 4-3. Hope to hit some kind of removal spell, but this will be a 6-6. We've got to get rid of that. Four damage is not enough. Man, he sure likes those things. No ways to discard except for maybe with this one, but that's very aggressive. Okay. Guess I'll just block with everything. Unless he kills something now. Yeah. So I guess we'll still double block him. Because he cannot pump it anymore. Okay. Seven mana. I think we have to play the burst, probably the carvings. Let's just get rid of the 4/4 first. And I'll play this later. That's 4 lands to the bottom. I think that's good. I think we have to raise here. We can attack with the 3/3 artifact as well. So we're attacking for 8, which is lethal. As it is, but you know. Mr. Opponent surely has something, I think. Okay, yeah, that is something. 7/7. Okay, it also has reach, that's annoying. I want to be putting counters. And now if he attacks, we'll just double block the 7/7. We can play a lot of creatures. One, two, three, I guess. We have 7 mana. Yeah, it's not enough to make our fighter big enough. But it does make our fighter... No, it doesn't make our fighter big enough to also trade. So let's just use maximum... Well, yeah, we can. Yeah, we'll just use the... Now, if we attack with only this, he will block like that. If we attack with everything... No, it's not worth it. Let's just trade a 7/7 for mine. Okay. Good game. opponent has interesting cards as well. Alright. Let's see if we can pull it off once more. So far I really do like the deck. I'll keep this. Again, we can curve out nicely even if we don't draw lands for like 2 or 3 turns. And we have Scourge, which can block the Weaver if he attacks, which I gladly will. And then we'll just go Valid into Error 9. I think we're going to take 4 damage once. I'm going to play the Archaeologist because we got the, what is it? The Zaan. We have to kill this at some point during his turn when he attacks. Could also return the Goro now if he... Okay, he does play something. That's also quite something. But the Zaan is big enough to block the favorite fighter, so I'll just kill the 3/3. And we'll web the Explorer. Find ourselves a white source, I think. Yeah, this is fine. We're losing out on mana a bit by returning the dude, but I think it was the only way we could do it. Okay, it's very good for us. Opponent seems to be stuck on mana. Oh, I'm very glad to see him. Let's just build out and do some blocks if he attacks. We have quite the follow-ups. Oh, now that is good. This Mayhem symbol really reminds me of Arcane. There's not many things you can actually click on this. Well, you can click it, but I mean there's no interaction. Okay. Has to be the Saboteur. Don't lose unspent mana. I think that one's actually pretty good. But we have the Prison Break, which is also great. Maybe we should take a land here actually. Yep, I'm going to take a land. Now we can just double block the Ruzik, which I will. And we can at some point either return the Zaan or we could just jump with the wrench, then return it and do it again. I'm fine with this trade anyway. And if he wants to kill both, we still get our value. And we're not losing any life this turn, so that's good. But we are far from stabilizing. Okay. I'm going to keep this prison break, because this will probably die later on. Okay. Now what do we do? That does help somewhat. It's unfortunate that we cannot really curve out here. Again, it's not great, but we have so many things that we can do as a follow-up. For instance, put counters on everything. And if we don't block with a Louis, we can probably swing for 4 life gain. But we just need to find some removals here. Definitely blocking with the wrench, of course. But we're badly going to... Oh, I was going to say need this Louis, but I think he's already dead. Oh, that's great. And I'm fine if he pumps this somehow and we'll have to block with more things. That's absolutely fine. We have the web dude, we have the prison break. Oh, interesting. Okay. And we'll just keep jamming with a 4/4 flyer. I'll play this cityscape simply to thin out our deck. But if he attacks, I'll just, as I said before, block with branch, return it, get more action from his library. Guess we'll find another green source because we are lacking a bit. We have all the other colors. Okay. That's not even at sorcery speed, that's crazy. So I guess that's what we'll do. We'll just get some 1/1s. We might have lethal soon. Okay, so no more lethal, unfortunately. But I'll gladly trade my 1/1s for his 1/1. Decent draw. Could also just have the web keepers die, by the way. Oh, he of course has the reach. I think it's still fine. I think blocking with the web keepers and returning that might actually just be lethal. We have 7 attackers, he has 3 blockers. And unless they're all 1/1s, it is lethal. But there's no reason to, so... Let's make this treasure fly. Okay. We're just pretty much just waiting this out. Maybe we'll hit something juicy. Okay. I should have done the other artifact, by the way, but I think he has nothing. I might have lethal here, by the way. I could have maybe... What is it? Done Prison Break to return Louis, and it would have been lethal. I think it still is. If he takes this, I think it still is. No, because it doesn't ping him, because I paid 0x. So. I mean, we still have lethal here by flashing in the Midnight Hunter. We attack with both flyers and he's exactly dead. Yep, good game. Okay. So that's so far 1 loss and I think 2 wins. Man, I didn't expect it to be so much content and it takes so long. But we have 1 more game to go. And let's make the best of it. Last match, in any way, shape or form. Right. I would like to play first, yes. This is not great, but I will keep it. This would have been a mountain otherwise. I mean a forest. No, it would have been a plains, so it doesn't matter. We have some female enforcers here. Would like to, of course, find a green source, but we can survive for a few turns here. It's not a green source, but it's something. interesting card, by the way. We'll just start jamming. That's fine. No way to pay green, unfortunately. So now we need to find that forest. Yeah, we're definitely going to kill that. It's good that we know that he has that 6 mana big dude. Yep. No. No. We just killed that, dude. Oh, this is very painful. The opponent's like, why aren't you playing anything? It's all our off colors. Yeah, this is going too fast. I think it's just going to sacrifice it, right? Wow. I mean, why not? Yay, green. Pretty sure it's too late, but yep. Yeah. I mean, the 5/5 has manas, so even if we were to play some blockers, it's just rip us. Maybe the keep was too risky, I'm not sure. Okay. This will secure our 3-drop here with the Valet if we play the Gravestone instead of the tapped lands. I'm not sure if we would. Well, it turns out we would. Don't really care about the carvings. Next turn I think I will go Gravestone. Especially if we draw a 2-drop, of course. But I know what I want to steal with this Saboteur. Sure, I mean, that's fine by me. Okay, so no tapped creature. With the Cravings we can also not have a tapped creature. At least this we can sacrifice during his turn. Which we will. And then we can go Saboteur. Which is good. Because I think we're going to need it. If he doesn't already play the Menace Hasty Boy, we might have a chance to steal it. Not sure why you wouldn't just unweb it. Maybe this is the best play. Okay, so we hit some goodies. Going to play the card that we actually can play. Don't really care about taking some more damage here. Well, hello there. Unless you control a villain. He has 2 of them. Okay, well, I'm taking both. 2 of these dudes. Well, all we need is 1 more land and we could just hardcast these. What on earth? What is this? What is this? This man brought a standard deck to a pre-release event. My goodness. So we have to kill that first when it attacks, yeah. Okay. Land would be great. Well, it is a land, but it doesn't really count. It feels bad, but I think it has to happen here. And we'll find a white source. But at least this way we get to block something and stay alive. When X, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, try X cards, when you may put a permanent card with mana by X less from your hand on the benefit of X. Okay, so if we sacrifice attack with a saboteur, we sacrifice it, then we can put like the Tunnel Web Explorer or something, I guess, to find another land. I'll just jump here. So let's see if this works. I think it has to be the Explorer. Please don't have a kill spell. Okay, this is looking good. And now we can just build out the board. Even if he kills this, we can just do it again. What a pre-release. What a sealed cards he got. Crazy. I mean, good for him, but crazy. Okay, seems like we're going to get a lot of damage here. Would like to draw our own kill spell. And now we just have to get enough blockers on the table. We have 9 mana. Okay, that helps. I'm just going to keep it back for blockers. I could attack with it next turn maybe. I should have kept up 1 black for the mayhem. Yep. Okay, so we go very low. We have to do some jumping. Unless he has more removal spells, then we might actually be dead. This will be very close if we actually get to win this one. The annoying thing is that he keeps putting pressure, so our web keepers will never be great. But maybe now it will. We have no mana 1 creature, yeah. Yeesh. That is very nice. We have 10 mana, 11 with this one. First strike. It's probably the... No, I think I should just go wide here. Play the hunter. I want to keep him untapped. So then we have 7 mana, which means we'll just go Cren. And of course he doesn't know that we have the Vigo. I think we just have to wait for his attack here. Because we're going to lose a lot of creatures if he attacks with a Hasty Menace Boy. We have to double block it, then we jump some things, and it will be a bloodbath. We'll probably go down to like 1. Man, if these Leyline Weavers don't have the highest win rate or whatever, I would be surprised. They do so much work. Also mentioned them in the guide. Now he might attack, but then he will probably not sacrifice something, because I don't think he has something in his hand. I think he has to attack with everything here. Okay. So he is going to draw a lot of cards. So now we could sacrifice the web keepers. But then we'll draw even more cards, like 5, that's a lot. Yeah, well, at least his menace is gone. But I'm not sure if we can go wide enough here to actually get back from this. Yeah, I think that's pretty much the nail in the coffin here. Okay, that does help. I need a cheap creature. Still not going to play Vigo. I'm just going to defend, keep up Scorpion Sting in case he wants to go all out or has another fight spell or whatever. But we only have 10 cards left in our library, so it's going to be oh. This is unfortunate. Yeah, it has to be the biggest creature, I guess. We might just be dead here now. Maybe with Vigo we can take some kind of risk on a kind of backswing situation, but that was... Man, that was a great top deck from the opponent. Very surprised here by this play. Okay, so we can sacrifice something when we attack. But I think we'll best just attack with the 4/4. And we'll just play the 6/6 and not attack. We might be turning the corner here depending on his draws. That is painful. I think I have to keep these enforcers alive. Okay, he goes for the counter, so I kind of think he doesn't attack. He could attack with a big spider, then we'll just jump it with the crook. Okay, so now we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana. That's not amazing. Okay, so we have a removal spell somewhere coming up. I think these enforcers will have to keep us alive and do a lot of work. And I'm fine if he trades this for the Lay Weaver. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we could do it 3 times, or we can play this and do it 2 times. I think there's no reason to play the Archaeologist. But we only have 5 cards left. Spells and abilities can't be countered. Man, this feels like a very good constructed card. Not that I play constructed, but I think it would be very good. We've got to kill this Leyline Weaver somehow. And until then I think we're just jumping. We can block with the Chariot once. Interesting. And now let's start draining the opponents. Okay. I have no other need for the treasure, so I'm just going to do this. It might be that one damage that actually gets us there. So now we can just do it 3 times. I'm not going to attack. Four cards left. We could also be surveilling, but if this lives a few more turns and if we actually get to deal some damage, we could maybe still get there. He didn't surveil anything away, so I feel like he has something. And whatever we block with, it will not be the enforcers. Would be crazy if he now used the kitten. Maybe it's a mayhem card, then, you know, it could still be good. Man. This is a grindy set. He is thinking hard. Okay. So he'll probably put some more counters on things. He has to attack, I think. But he also has to keep some blockers behind, because this has menace, of course. Isn't he just dead now? Or almost dead? If we could push through one more damage. And since he has the trample, I'm just going to play these things now. We can ping him once. And if I don't have to ping him, I think I won't, because we can block with the Gororel dude and get some flyers, and that might be enough. Three cards left. I know that one of them is a removal spell. Okay. He has to attack with everything, right? Don't think he thought of that ability. Unless he has an instant speed to deal 10 to us. We are drawing our lands, by the way. We'll spread our chances. We'll see what he does. He has no reach, and we can still drain him if we want to. Yeah, you can surveil if you want. Okay. Man, that was quite the drag. This is already a 2.5 hour long video. If you're still here with me and you watched everything, congratulations. Very, very good job. Okay, well, these are a lot of lands, but I'll just keep it. Okay, might just regret it. So now I think I'm just going to play Cren on turn 2, because we can then return him if we attack with it somehow. We also assume that he has a removal spell, but it has to happen. Okay. So that is good for us, because now we're sure that we can attack with Cren safely, because he cannot screw it up. And I definitely want to ramp, so that on turn 4 we can play this Saboteur. And I guess we'll go for white, so that we can play this on turn 6. Also seems very good. It really feels like they either they did it purposely, or it all just kind of feels more low budget. Maybe he's just going to sacrifice this anyway because of a Mayhem ability, in which case that was a good attack, but he could also have a trick. Okay, maybe I should have blocked actually now, considering it like this. I want to flip this dude when I have the mana to also keep him alive. Would love to hit 2 of his mythics again. So that's 1. I'm of course not attacking because of the stupid chariot. If we draw an untapped land, we could attack with this dude, sacrifice the Explorer or the Saboteur. I'm not even sure how you pronounce it. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, seems like that's something we have to kill here. Okay. It's not hot, but I have to get rid of the spider attacks, and then when we look at the top, yeah, we have to do it right now. No villain, but you know, I don't mind losing 2 life. Very glad that I took his removal spell from the wrench. now I'll just... Well, is he going to N-Web again? It's mind games this man is playing. We'll see. I might regret this. He might sacrifice it. I don't know. Okay. So that was a good call. Especially if he has an N-Web. Wow, no villain cards. Ooh. Okay. Two, 4, 6. So we can flip this, but then not keep it alive. Should have attacked first, by the way, before playing this. Then I could have always flipped him in response. But kind of feels like the opponent has nothing here. And I think I'm going for the Hunter. Opponent's taking his time. Maybe he rage quitted somehow, I'm not sure. If he did, it's not stylish, but we all have our moments. Guess he's back. So we'll just find a green or black source, I guess. Do we have enough? I think we do. I'm going to sacrifice the 2/2 with flying anyway, so. Yeah, the opponent using his mana to surveil is... Well, I did find something, but... I kind of assume that this Louis is just lethal here. Pretty much lethal to... Okay. 8. We have 8 mana. Let's just attack and sacrifice the valets. Wow. Well, we actually got there. Must say, I'm kind of surprised. I wasn't sure what this deck would be like. But it definitely did the trick. Now, it was a long video, I must admit. Thank you for watching. If you like what I did, feel free to click off some buttons, and especially if you made it to the end, I applaud you, because playing to the end was very long and painful, and I assume that you might have experienced likewise. Now, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Peace.
Grab the card, shuffle dreams in the palms. Dad's drafts roll heavy, we bombing like psalms. Stacks on the table, strategies to flex. Running these lines like counterspell checks. Dad drafts in the zone, pulling rares from the throne. Mana on the stack, magic seeds we've sown. From poppers to planeswalkers, the board gets owned. Welcome to Dad's drafts, your new homegrown. Welcome to Dad's drafts, your new homegrown.